Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Planning and Design. As in the previous video we have already discussed about units and limits. Now in today's video we are going to discuss actually line command, its types, its options, different kind of its properties, and we are also going to discuss some kind of precision drawing tools like grid, snap and ortho. So let's get started. First of all we will be going with line. You have three kind of different options to draw a line. For example, if you can draw from here in the menu bar, and in case if you don't have this menu bar here, you can go to here. As I will zoom in a little bit, as you can see, you can go to here and there's an option of hide menu bar, because I have already shown my menu bar here and I am just showing you. If I hide menu bar, there will be no menu bar. As you can see, just click here and show menu bar and you can draw your line from here. Click on this option and line, and if you want to draw a random line with no measuring units, you can do this. Specify first point, specify as this one is on, specify next point and other points. Just click on enter for exit command. Your line has already been drawn. And if you want to specify or draw your line with some kind of measuring units, you will have to set your units and limits first, and you should go to dimension style manager. Just click D, enter, as I have already specified this one in the previous lecture, but I am going to show you again. Modify primary units. As you can see here, I have set my primary units architectural and 00. And by default this will be in decimal. You can change these units from here and just click on OK. Close this one. Now if you want to draw your line with measuring units, you just click L and enter. Now what he is asking to specify our first point. This one is our first point. Now in the previous when we draw a random line, we just enter the second point, and now what we are going to do, we will going to specify the length of our line. As I'm going to say that 7,000 feet, and just going to click on enter. And if you want to exit this command, just click escape. As you can see that this is our line and it is drawn with some kind of specific length. Now if you click on this line, the selection sign will appear, and here this tab will show the properties of your line. As you can see here, our line type is bilinear and length is 7,000 feet as we have entered this. Now the second option, if you want to draw your line with some kind of length and also with an angle, you can do this. Just click L, enter, and specify your first point. Now what I'm going to show, I'm first going to specify the length of my line. For example, I'm going to say that 3,000 feet. I will just click on keyboard 3000 and press the sign of feet. Now for angle, what I am going to do, after this you have to press shift and less than button simultaneously. And now you can see that what he is asking for angle, and he is actually logged our length tab, and now he is asking for angle. If I want to say that my angle will be 70 degree, I will just click on 70 on keyboard and just press enter. And just press enter. You don't have to show any sign of this degree, because the AutoCAD already knows that this is in degrees. And if you can see this is my line with 3,000 feet length, and this is drawn on a specific angle of 70 degree. And if you want to exit this command, just click on enter. And if you click on this line, as you can see here, this will showing different kind of properties. For example, the length of line and line type and these kind of things. And if you want to change the transparency, length and these kind of things, you can just, if you want to change the color of your line, first of all you have to select the object which you are modifying or you are changing. So I'm going to select this object and I want to change the color of this object to red. I will just go here, or simply change by this kind of properties tab will appear. I can change this from here also. From here I will go to red and just I'm okay with that. So I am just click on my workspace again, and this will be changed as you can see here. Now if I want to change the line weight, I want to increase its width a little bit, so I am just going to press it again, and I am going to this one line weight LW. I will enter LW line weight, and now there are different kind of line weight here, as you can see here by default. And if you drag it and little bit down, you can see that there are different kind of line widths. I am going with 0.50 millimeter. I am just clicking on that, and I am just clicking on OK. As you can see here, our line weight has been changed, but this is not appeared here. As you can see, we are not seeing the change here. What we are going to do, we are just clicking on this line and turn on this tab. Again, this is not changing because I think we have not selected our line. As you can see here, first of all you have to do selection, and then there will be a change. Without selection there will be no change. First of all you have to select the object which you want to change, the length or something like that, and then you will go here and just show the change. And now there are different kind of other options, like I want my line like this one continuous or some kind of these things. I want to change the transparency of my line. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going on that line. As you can see my line type, I want this one as my line type here. I want this continuous line, and I will just click on that one, and I think it has been changed. If you zoom in a little bit there, as you can see there is no change yet. And again I will select this object, and in the bottom, as you can see here, there is a transparency option, transparency display. It is actually off. I want to turn on this option. Actually I think now the type of my line has already been changed, and if you zoom in a little bit, you are seeing no change. But again I will click here, and again I will change from here. Now I am going to say that if there is a change or not. There is no change. Now there is a change, as you can see here. There is actually a change in line transparency, as you can see here, because if you zoom in you can see that is my line type has already been changed. Now the second thing here, I have just showed you that how to draw a line with some kind of angle, and how to change the transparency of your line, how to change the color, and how to change your line weight. Now the next thing I am going to show you is some kind of precision drawing tools. For example, if you want to turn off these kind of grids here, as you can see these kind of grids, if you want to turn off these kind of grids, you just go to grid, enter, and here you can see the different option. I'm not going to show you all of these, but you have to turn it to off. As you can see that your grid has already been off, and you can also turn off your grid from here also. If I click here, this kind of option, grid mode, this short key for this is F7, and if I want to change from here, I just click here, and the grid will turn on automatically. And if you are a beginner, I will prefer you to work in grids, because this makes your drawing very precise. So the next thing I'm going to show you is actually OSnap and Ortho command. There are two commands remaining. For Ortho, there is short key of F8. What actually Ortho command do, I'm going to show you here. Actually I'm working again on by default, by layer, and by layer it will be black. So what I'm going to say that I'm going to show the commands Ortho. So I'm just entering on a line, and as you can see that here are different kind of things. But if you draw your line on these four angles and lock your line on these four angles, for example 90 degree, 0 degree, and there will be a 270 degree and 180 degree. If you want to draw your line on these four angles and you want your line to lock on these four angles, you should just turn on Ortho mode. You can do this here from at the bottom. You can see, if I zoom in a little bit, as you can see here, and there's a shortcut of F8. You can also enter in type command and turn on ortho from here also. I'm just going to turn it on, and now you have an ortho mode, and your line, if you draw a line or something else, you will be locked in all these 4 angles and you cannot work other than these angles. As you can see here, if you want to go here with some kind of angle like 45 degree or 70 degree, you cannot go here because you have working in ortho mode. You can go to all these 4 angles, and except these angles you cannot go anywhere. As you can see here, you are locked to actually all these 4 angles. Actually, if you are working in a house plan or these things, you have to mainly work on all these 4 angles, and it will be good for you to work in a house plan. So that is actually that line actually creates a very precise, a kind of precision. And now I am just going to turn it off, and I am also showing you some kind of snap settings. I am just panning a little bit. Now if I wanted to go here, snap settings, and turn off these kind of tools, and if I draw a line like this is a random line, and if you want to draw a second line from the midpoint here, and you can go to perpendicular upward, then as you can see here L, there will be a no green sign, there will be no selection, and if you click randomly here, you cannot select the exact position. I think just click enter, and you can see there is a gap, and you can never have an exact clean selection in this. So just turn on OSnap mode, and there are different kind of tools in OSnap. When you turn on these tools, you will have actually got a selection. Actually, I'm showing you OSnap. Just click on OSnap and enter. Now there are different kind of tools, and as you can see here. Now if I wanted to say that, I can also enter it from here. As you can see, this kind of sign here, and there's also a shortcut of F9. I'm just going here, and I am going to snap setting. I will just go to object snap, and I will select this midpoint and just click OK. And if I delete this line, just click this and enter, and draw the line again. Actually, this is never selecting this because the mode is not turned on yet. You can turn on from here and F9. Now we have to select some kind of other tools. Like I am selecting these kind of all tools, and in object snap I am also selecting this midpoint and select all. Actually this was 3D, and I have this was actually for 3D, and I have actually turn on midpoint. This will not work on 2D. So I am selecting these kind of all tools and just clicking on OK. And now as you can see there, my line has been showing the intersection points of this line from end to end and in the middle, and in any point at any point there will be a green selection, as you can see. Now if you draw a line to perpendicular upward, you can draw easily and just click on enter. So that's it for today's video, and thank you.